Hi, Paige. I wanted to take you on a quick tour, about 5.5 minutes here, of your attic and point out a few things to you. And right before we do so, I do hope that the hot water heater came back on. But as I mentioned to you, the first thing that popped out to me, which I was on the lookout for, but it's like right there, and when you first pop your head up, is you've got the return that runs out to the hallway and makes sort of an L shaped and comes back towards the closet. And as I was saying to you, which is oftentimes the case in a house your age, they have a pathway, which it's called a chase, for the HVAC to marry up to the machine down in the basement. And back in the day, they were just leaving those, wide open. And the reason why that's a big problem is because the pressure in your home is greatest at the ceiling. And as we discussed, even though you can't see behind that wall, the camera kind of shows that right on the other side there is your bedroom. And there's no insulation there whatsoever. So you're connected to the attic, essentially. So I tried to do like a little bit of an editing job here to where I can get you to the different parts of the attic. And this is the hallway exhaust fan that vents to the side of the house. And we talked a little bit about that, and there I was just observing that that could be pulled a little bit tighter so that the air can, the whole machine, the system can work a little better. And it's not a real big deal or anything, but you'll see here shortly where that duct makes a 180-degree turn. So there's just a few adjustments there that can be made. In the meantime, I just wanted you to get a feel for how much insulation you have in the attic, which we talked about was about 2 inches. We also discussed how the light switches, I believe it was you I was talking to about the light switches, how they drop down through the ceiling, and if not, or through the wall. Here's how we would seal it. I wanted you to get a good visual of what something like this looks like. We go around to all of these. They're called the top plates, and we seal them just like you see here. And this just gives you a good sort of overall view of how much insulation you have. It's well spread for the most part, but it's pretty low. And this gives you a good look of what a well insulated attic looks like, 12 to 16 inches. It just depends. And you can kind of see what that looks like. So here's your fan, and you can see what I'm talking about. I don't know why they didn't just go out to that wall, but there could be a reason. I'd have to look at the pictures, but it just seems like, well, maybe it's about halfway. I don't know. But they should have put the fan, not should have, they could have put the fan the other way. So here, I just wanted to go through, show you what air sealing a little bit more and what that looks like. We like to seal around these fans, any type of penetration. So this just goes back to, what we were talking about with sealing all the top plates and the tops of the walls. And then the other thing here, you have a couple recessed lights. I did this little demo where you can kind of see into a person's house with these older can lights. And this is what it looks like when we put a box over it and we seal it. And then here, I just wanted to point out to you that another big opportunity, and you have it in 2 places, are these hatches, the little pop-up hatches. And I want to show you what it looks like when we treat one of these. We use this rigid foam board, and we, get it all kind of rigged together, and then we marry it to that panel so that when it sits there with some weather stripping, everything is one piece, and the insulation is continuous. And then this is the area above your laundry room, and we're coming to an end here. As I mentioned, that's looking back towards the kitchen. And you can see there are a few places that just need some attention, and that whole area could be insulated just above the laundry room. We don't need to insulate over the garage. There is that wall there that's adjacent to your bedroom, and that might be another opportunity, or one of the bedrooms up there, to do some work. But I probably wouldn't take that down for now. I would do the more low-hanging fruit. But if you still find that that area over there still is uncomfortable for any reason, then we could take that wall, that sheeting down and get behind there and do some work. But thank you for watching. Thanks for having me out.